I have pushed the button.
I've taken
She's
my glasses
doing hair,
off.
ladies and gentlemen.
I've had my hair done today. I'm all like, look at that. Yes, welcome to episode 76 of Ladies Wot Pod, which has nothing to do with hair at all. I just had mine done this morning. Episode 76, when we're going to have highlights and memories of another roller coaster season supporting Northampton Saints. I think it's fair to say. In case you're just catching up and you've no idea why you're here or who you're listening to, I am Liz Saunders and I am chairman of the Saints Supporters Club. I live in South Northants. I'm granny to two mini rugby players who during the season give us the benefit of their wisdom and their match reports as well. And general all round. Oh, I'm Chief Halo, which is the group of volunteers that meet and greet at the club on match days. And general all round rugby Norse. That's me. And I live, and it's quite sunny in South Northants today. There we go. And you are?
And I am Claire Jones. I'm in Cambridgeshire on the edge of the Fens, and I'm normally found with the camera stuck to my face because I'm one of the group of Saints photographers who take photographs of the men in green, black and gold and the women in violet and whatever it is. I'm going down a colour spectrum here. Anyway, lots of photographs of rugby players running around. Yes, I live just outside Cambridge. And I am married to somebody who pretends, I think I've now decided, to play walking rugby. Yes, shoulder injury. Not good.
Shoulder injury? How'd you get a shoulder injury?
He doesn't know how he did it, but it hurts. So he's going back to the physio again this week. Bits falling off all over the gaff.
Oh, well, I was going to say, I have been known to do walking rugby until I just got injury after injury. I now go along. My husband does do walking rugby, and I just go and catch up on the gossip and harangue people as necessary. It's my role in walking rugby at the moment. Anyway. So
amazingly, we've got to episode 76.
Episode 76. Another season under our belt, a full season, because we started partway through last season.
We've got a full season under our belts. We experienced the roller coaster full tilt throughout. Yes.
And we've actually got, now ladies and gentlemen, we have got a plan of sorts, but how long we'll stick to it remains to be seen. So bear with. We'll try and keep the horses happy by making it.
Where are we going to start, Mrs. Saunders?
I'm just about to say, we'll try and keep the horses happy by making it an hour and 10.
Yes. We realised we let the horses down badly last week, but, we don't like that. Yes.
So we're going to start with our highlights for us of the pod, because it's all about us, after all. So what's your particular podding highlight or highlights? Because I've just got another one.
Well, I think my podding highlights are every time somebody comes and says they listen to the pod. Which is a lot, and we're eternally grateful for it. And the fact that we've got to episode 76 is in itself a highlight. So I'm eternally grateful. We've met lots of people along the way. We've got plans, as you know. Yeah, in fact, the collective bat phones went ping a minute ago, so we've got more news on that happening shortly. And so, that's my podding highlight. When people say hello and I listen to you, and I know you love it when you get a Liz. It's Liz off the pod.
I do. It makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. And I love it when people come up and say, "Oh, hello, how are you?" And I'm thinking, I have no idea who you are. But then I realise they listen to the pod and they have a conversation with me as if they know me, and it makes me think that we're doing something right on the pod. So
yes. So thank you, lovely listeners. You are the highlight for the 2024-25 season.
Yeah. My other pod highlight was being an honorary member of the Front Row Club when we interviewed Fergs early doors. So we've got to break somebody else in now on the coaching team.
Well, yes, our new man. Yes.
Yeah. I wonder how. Yeah, okay. We'll wait and see how we get explained to him then.
Essential listening. Yes.
As we turn up to one of his training sessions, and who are those two?
Hello. What's your favourite cake? Yes.
Anyway.
So
that's our podding highlights. So match memories. We thought we've got a list. So favourite away trip, Mrs. J. What one was yours?
Favourite away trip for me has to be Dublin. We weren't expected to win. We went in hope rather than expectation, and right from the start, from the moment we arrived, it was just a bucket load of fun. And to come out on top, and it was just great. It was just from start to finish. Even the weather was nice. Who'd have thought? It was just a great weekend. Started on the Friday. We flew home on the Monday. There wasn't a lot left of us. So, brilliant performance and brilliant experience.
Fantastic result. Well, I didn't go to Dublin, so it couldn't be my favourite away trip because I wasn't there. So my favourite away trip, bizarrely, it was one we lost. But for a fantastic experience of an away trip was the Paris to Stade Francais, and just the whole staying out on the outskirts of Paris rather than the middle. Everybody travelling together, huge. We all took over a bar in close to the stadium, and it was the atmosphere of the Saints supporters was superb, and and then coming back to the hotel and having an in-depth conversation with the officials was quite entertaining as well.
That was I think that's been the theme this season, that the numbers of people travelling has gradually gone up and up and up and up. The Saints away support this season has, particularly in Europe, has been just tremendous.
Even at Gloucester, that last game of the season, which was a dead rubber, you've still got so many
Saints supporters, all deliriously happy. Bless them. Newcastle, likewise, when we did that trip up north.
That was lovely. That's one of my favourite trips anyway, because I love going up.
No, that was a great trip. So well done to everybody who is travelling. It is fantastic to see, and the Shoe Army song has certainly added something, if anything, to confuse the locals.
Yes, it does confuse a lot of people. Yeah, who think you're shouting, "Who are you?"
Who are you? No, Shoe Army. What?
And Cardiff. I mean, Cardiff. That was just remarkable. The number of supporters there, given that nobody had expected us to be there. So unlike Toulouse supporters and Leinster supporters who were desperately trying to offload tickets, we hadn't bought as many. It was just a marvellous day.
I mean, that was a great trip again, and it wasn't because we lost that I chose Dublin. There was just something about the weather, the whole experience in Dublin, sometimes it just all comes together. The Cardiff trip, result aside, was a great trip. It's also much harder working at the Principality Stadium as a photographer than it is at the Aviva. I never thought I'd say that in the same season that I've worked at two of the biggest. I can put my pencil down, or it's been distracting. Two of the biggest stadiums in Europe, and I did enjoy working at Stade Jean-Bouin, Paris. The pink was just immense. It did very weird things to the colour balance on occasion, but the lights were just spectacular. The whole thing was
so unbelievably light. It was
unbelievable, and it was a great day. That trip I also enjoyed because Tim and I visited the new. This is a really weird reason, but it was very important to us. We visited the new Commonwealth War Graves site at Luxembourg in the snow. So it's deep snow.
That's right. I'd forgotten there was snow as we came down on the train.
Deep snow in that part of France. So we parked up and waded our way through the snow, and it was just magical. They had another ceremony only a couple of weeks ago. Some more casualties that they're able to bury now. So beautiful site.
And of course, we had that rather spectacular Côte de Boeuf on the Friday night, if you recall.
Oh, we did, with a very nice bottle of red or two.
I'm going to Argentina soon. Yay! Talking about steak and red wine.
Hit the Malbec.
Just as an aside to that, I was talking to somebody last week who has a friend who's married to an Argentinian lady, and he said this friend loves going over to Argentina, but they think vegetarian food is chicken. So the IT department is very glad he's voting with his feet and not coming to Argentina.
Yeah, no, they don't get the idea of vegetarians need not apply in Argentina. Yes.
Anyway,
but you will have some seriously good meat while you're out there.
I'm so excited. So, favourite matches. Now, we decided, didn't we? We have to divide this into the competitions because otherwise it all gets a bit difficult and messy. And different teams were playing as well. So, your favourite match in the Premiership Cup?
In the Premiership Cup, Leicester at home.
That was a good one, wasn't it? That was very, very jolly.
Partly because that's when we really started to see Henry, his character, come out, because they tried to pick a fight with him and he was having none of that. It was a really good game. We beat them, and we started to see the Pollock appear properly. So it was great fun to shoot and a great win.
Yeah, can't argue with that one. That was a good one, really good one. Favourite match in the European competition, the Championship Cup.
Champions Cup. We decided to have group stages. Munster.
Yes.
And we played Munster at our place. They had the worst shirts in the world. What was that monstrosity?
Sort of muddy colour.
Washed, muddy pink thing that they insisted on wearing. Yeah. The Munster fans, of course, came, in force. The Gardens was jumping. They weren't as loud. I have to say, the Munster fans weren't as loud as they have been in the past. But the Gardens was jumping. The lads put on a fantastic show. It was a brute of a game. Absolute brute of a game. And, just great fun. And a great win.
I think you're right. The atmosphere from start to finish, because the Munster fans, so that I think they suffered as many teams do when they're highly successful. That you have a lot of Johnny-come-latelys who are just there for the win, and they don't get the whole thing about the rugby, the camaraderie, and what is banter and what's abuse. And now, because they've not been doing so well, they've lost those, and they've got certainly the Munster supporters that I've met over the past, however many times we've played them in recent memory, are strides away from the first time I went years ago, when they were a lot more aggressive. Whereas now it's just a good laugh with them. They're just really nice. So I think I'm with you on that. That Munster game was and.
The Premiership. So we had a tough season in the Premiership, but we had some absolutely belting games, and one in particular I just thought was immense performance. Bath at home just after Christmas.
Yeah.
If Bath go on to be champions, well.
Yeah,
we beat them.
We did them. We did them at home.
Yeah. And it showed if we could get our team on the pitch, how good. How good. Throwaway comment from Douse last week. We said, ladies and gentlemen, we'd wander off on topic. On the Saints show, Douse made a sort of wry comment that there wouldn't be as many clashes this year.
Yes. Interesting.
Because it would certainly help us.
You see, now I'm thinking I loved that win against Bath, but then that last minute win against Saracens was so sweet.
And very funny.
And very, very, very funny. Yeah. Very, very funny.
No, it was a great win. As was the game against Bristol. So I had Bristol in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we have three? Oh, it's our pod. We can do what we like.
We can do what we like. Yes. So it was. Yeah.
Worst weather now. Well,
that really is only one match.
Oh, it was so wet.
I'm just going to swim my way home.
Yeah. Anybody who went to Coventry. I have been less wet in a shower, I swear.
Oh, it was cold and wet.
It was cold and wet, and it was watching where we were in the second half, watching the replacements warm up, and Charlie Savala looking like he'd rather be anywhere. And I went, "Cheer up, Charlie, it could be worse." And he looked at me as if to say, "How?" I said, "You could have paid for this like we have." A twit that made him laugh. So yeah,
and he's gone to Glasgow. So we know what happened there.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wet there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, Coventry in the Premiership Rugby Cup. Yeah, absolutely. Worst weather by a country mile.
The only other one that comes close in the season, and that was just for it being so unbelievably cold, was the game against Castres in December, was it?
Oh, the first one, yeah, bitterly cold. There is from my experience of the whole season, there is another contender. In fact, there are two. Yes. My trip to Chinnor.
I was going to say, I thought Chinnor would rear its ugly head. Yes.
Where I did sink into the mud. And then Ampthill in the Premiership Rugby Cup, where Jake Garside won Player of the Match, and he didn't know why. Yeah. But I think Chinnor was right up there with Coventry. The only thing that saved Coventry from my point of view, and Lewis's probably as well, was the fact that they have a plastic pitch, so at least we didn't sink into the mud.
That Coventry game, I was talking to some of the community team afterwards, and I said about this a couple of days later how wet it was. They said, "Oh, you could have come and sat with us. We'd got spare seats." It's not helpful. It's not helpful now. Now I am fighting off hypothermia and near drowning, and you. Oh yes, you could have come and sat with us. Anyway.
Yes, they wouldn't have helped me either.
No one would have helped you. No.
But they
weren't were on your own with
that. Me either. Get out there, Jones. Take photos.
So that's our match highlights, our match memories, really. But there's so many that keep coming. You get flashbacks, don't you, of stuff. Some of them horrific. Leicester at home.
Isn't it fun? You know, they all mention it, don't they? Whenever they're interviewed, it's like that line. That's drawn. No, we're not going there again. That was the line that we drew. Sam Graham made mention of it the other day when he was being interviewed.
Yeah.
Dowse keeps mentioning it. I wonder why. So I get the feeling that one they haven't sorted that yet. That's. I
think we're all a bit scarred by that one, to be honest. It was. Yeah. I say the positive for me from that game was that our heads never went down. And we never turned in on ourselves. Every single time, whenever there was a mistake made, there wasn't any finger pointing, there wasn't any shouting. It was like, right, come on, get up and we go again. The camaraderie and the togetherness of the boys was remarkable to see. I don't think I've ever seen a team, possibly Newcastle, but to lose to that extent and not turn in on, but there was no bitching at all as far as I could see.
Yeah.
Anyway, Halo highlights I have here. So my highlights as a Halo, well, just being a Halo as a highlight, it's so much fun. It's tremendous fun, and you meet all sorts of people. One of my Halo highlights is stamping my feet at Steve Borthwick because he wouldn't take a flag from me, but took one from someone else. That was quite funny. I don't think he quite knew what to do there.
My flag.
How dare you? You wouldn't take a flag from me, but you'll take it. Oh, don't. I will remember. God only knows. He's going to be so pleased to see me in Argentina, isn't he?
Take a flag with you. You've got to take a flag with you. Hello, it's me. I followed you. Would you like a Saints flag?
I brought your flag. Yeah, I'll report back on that one. Yes, so that was one of my Halo highlights. The other one was when I do the meet and greeting. I was trying to greet the refereeing team just to, let them know I'm watching you. And last time when Luke Pierce ref does against Saracens, and I greeted him. He said, "Oh, hello, how are you?" And I thought, I don't think we've ever actually met. So that was lovely.
Oh, bless him. Yes. Oh, bless him.
So we might speak to you later. Anyway, so but loads of Halo highlights. When I think it was the Claremont supporters. That's right. They were brilliant.
The Claremont supporters started handing out flags. Yes,
help Kelly hand out flags. That was wonderful, and all sorts of people. I mean, I just meet loads of people I know. As somebody said, well, I don't know how you're helping. You're just hugging and kissing people. I'm a meet and greet. Hello.
It is Dr. Jones's highlight of every week. He does like a natter with everybody. So Dr. Teams, yes, they're great fun. Loads of fun.
So, Ladies Wot end of season awards for players. We're doing these straight this year.
Hold on. Well, you missed out mine. You've done yours. What about pitch side highlight?
No, I was going to do that after the players
award. That later. Oh, okay. I've gone off key.
I have a list. I'm in charge of this one, supposedly.
Ooh.
Just because I don't press the buttons, I have a piece of paper in my hand. Anyway.
Yes.
We discussed the running order beforehand.
We did discuss the running order, and I've read that as 3, and it's a 5. So I apologise. Yes, we're going on to number 4 now, aren't we?
Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Is it all right if we move on to the Players Awards now? That we're doing. We're not doing in a Dad's Army way. They're straightforward awards, really, that we haven't really discussed. So this could turn into a punch up, but we will see.
Yes. Well, we have retained one Dad's Army.
We have the all-important, the most important Dad's Army.
Yes.
So, breakthrough player.
It reminds me of when Jamie Bethel, who is from the RPA, he's the RPA guy, lovely chap. And he was talking to, I think it was Archie Benson, and he said, right, you've got to nominate your breakthrough player of the season. And of course, you know exactly what Archie said. No, you're not allowed to pick him. You've got to pick one of the others. The confusion.
Yeah, this is the problem, isn't it?
Of course, it's the great HP. It's got to be Henry.
Got to be. Can't be anybody else, can it?
No.
To have done, when he started the season in the Premiership Cup team, and we're all going, this has got to be handled gently. Okay, come off winning the Under-20s World Cup, but even so had 22 others and the rest of the squad. But then to watch this meteor to end as a British Lion, I mean, my goodness me. And to know you're living rent-free in half of the French national team.
That's the best thing. I mean, come the French game next season, he's just going to have to stand there.
Just go, hello, bonjour. Oh, learn French, Henry. If you don't, he probably speaks it fluently anyway. But yeah, just... Brilliant. Yeah, it's got to be our friend Henry, who is we love to bits, don't we?
Henry is outstanding. He is outstanding and utterly charming. Utterly disarming and charming. Yes.
Absolutely delightful young man.
And a complete
he's always terribly kind.
Rugby field.
He's always terribly kind to 2 old ladies, so that's
He's very kind to 2 old ladies. He's always exceptionally polite. Yes, so no. But a complete git on a rugby field, as a Welsh prop found out.
Yeah, come on, as a replacement, what's the first thing you do?
It's untie your position
to give away a penalty.
And then he gives the penalty away. That is a sign of true flanker. Right.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do next?
Signing of the season. Again, who else is there?
Well, it's Josh. It's got to be.
Exactly.
It's got to be Josh Kennedy.
It's got to be.
Yeah. Yes.
Who also has huge feet. We have photographs
we
somewhere.
discovered during training. That could be one of our comedy moments of the season. You taking photographs and him walking over, wondering why this elderly woman is taking photographs of his shoes.
Tom Pearson as well was interested, and when I explained
Tom Pearson was really intrigued why you were taking photographs of shoes.
You have got small feet, haven't you? Yes.
Yes.
We'll come to that later. Yeah, so Josh, I mean, I'm so looking forward to him next season, and with Callum Chick in the back row as well.
Henry, and Angus and our cousin and returning Sam Graham and Anne. Oh, and our Dutchman in the academy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. So that which brings us neatly to our Academy Player of the Year. What?
Well, do you want to know what this is? This is a map of a cemetery. You really don't want to know. This is me using up paper in the old job. Anyway, right, back.
Academy Player of the Year. Ooh.
Oh, that's easy.
Number 9.
Johnny Wyman.
Yeah, exactly. Or Weeman.
Wee Man, as the apparently the squad call him. Yes.
Yeah.
Johnny Wyman.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Watching him come of age during the course, certainly by the end of the season.
Yeah,
amazing.
Absolutely.
Sergeant Wilson Award, there is only one.
There is. Bless.
Only one. And I'm really sorry, folks. It's the original Sergeant Wilson.
The originator of Sergeant Wilson Award, of course, being George Fairbanks.
He's been out Sergeant Wilson.
He's been out Sergeant Wilson. And actually also with Luke Pearce.
I was going to say, and it's not you, Luke.
Winner of the Sergeant Wilson. I mean, yes.
Anyway, it's our lovely and delightful Dingers.
Well done, Fraser. Fraser Dingwall. Just outstanding. Particularly in that Dublin game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was a masterclass in how to handle a referee. Yeah. I'll go and tell him before he could give the warning. Oh, awesome.
Oh.
And actually, he comes in, I think, comedy moment in a match and it's Luke and Dingers.
Yes.
The comedy duo of Luke and Dingers. Well, you see, the problem was your boy threw the ball away. That was me, sir. So it was. Anyway.
Oh, priceless. Two professionals having a discussion. Yes. So well done, Fraser. Yes, Fraser Dingwall is our Sergeant Wilson Award winner for this season because he was just outstanding. Yeah.
The number of times he got the ref on side and you watched the opposition. It happened at Gloucester again. Wasn't Dingers wasn't playing, was he? Was Dingers playing? No, he wasn't. So it was whoever was we had a change of captain all the time.
Fleetingly, it was Ed Prowse who dislocated his elbow. Everybody, it was his elbow, and then it was a somewhat crestfallen TP who was like, "Oh, it's me, is it? Right, fair enough." He did a very good job,
but he did a very good job because the Gloucester players didn't do a very good job. They were the anti-Sergeant Wilson brigade, and our lot have learnt by just being a bit, yes, sir, okay, sir, thank you for letting us know, sir, goes a long way to.
Absolutely.
What have you given that for?
Yeah, absolutely, it does. Absolutely, it does. Anyone who watched the semi-final between Bath and Bristol on Friday will have seen Genge. I immediately thought of, oh, Ellis, no, calm down, lad. It's not going to go well with Grumpy Carly if you keep going.
No, never goes well with Grumpy
He did manage
Carly.
to turn the wick down a bit, thank God. But, yes.
But we've Never mind. So, but player of the season.
Now, I invented a rule here that I forgot to tell you. That a bit like you can't pick the player that won the real one in the player of the match. You can't, and and he won both of them in Fremo. You can't pick Fremo as the Ladies Wot player of the season because he's won the official ones.
Yeah, I'd ruled him out kind of anyway.
Yeah.
So,
can I put my bid in?
Yeah, go on.
James Ram.
Ooh. Shall I tell you who I'd got in mind?
Ooh.
Alex Coles.
Oh.
And Dingers.
And Dingers, yeah. The reason I've gone with James is I'd love to him and Angus Scott Young, because Angus was in the frame as well. The number of minutes they must have played over the entire season is extraordinary. Yeah. They were everywhere, the pair of them.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And James just had and a bit like Mr. Dependable.
Yes. Yes, who could also have been in the frame, to be honest.
Well, actually, Matt could have been, given the number of times he played.
No, I don't think he could have been, because every time he comes on, there's an infringement. So he's better if he stays in the stands, to be honest.
Yes.
Because there's crossing and all sorts of rubbish happens the minute he pushes the smoke forward.
So I went with James because he was almost ever present, and he was playing across the back three.
Yeah. I suppose I've gone with Colesy because he seemed to, he got over
he galvanised the team at a critical point. Yeah,
and then just became immense, I thought. So I don't know. Could we have two? One each?
Let's have two. Well done, James. Well done, Colesy.
Yeah. And honourable mentions to all the others that we've honourably mentioned. And there will be more. I don't like doing this. It's like being asked who your favourite child is, isn't it? Makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah, it gets really expensive with the sweet, you're going to hand out the sweets though, all the chocolates.
Yeah,
Christmas.
So, right, do you want to do your bit now that you want to do? That you accused me of missing out?
Pitchside highlight. Yes, pitchside highlight. Well, my particular favourite is when this is a highlight, visit every photographer pitchside.
Hello.
On your way to the loo.
No, I've had to do a loop round if we're not
You've had
doing
to do
very
a loop
well.
round, so you come and say hello. Yeah, very good. And
you're all right. It's just part of my halos. I'm just checking you're all right.
Yeah, no, it's very good. It's very good. But it's consistently when people come and say hello again. I do like it when people come and say hello. Even if it's a CEO to tell me that I've taken a terrible photograph of her, which she did once. Sorry, Julia. It was a shocking photo. I thought you needed to see it. It didn't see the light of day, unsurprisingly. Beyond my private gallery on my website. So yeah, it is lovely that people come and say hello. I think in terms of opportunity to do stuff, the remembrance events. So you laid a wreath on behalf of the Supporters Club, but it's always a really special time, and it's an honour to take photographs of that particular event. So there are a number of things that the club does really well, and it does that one particularly well. And it's a highlight being there. I mean, when stuff happens, statistically, the number of tries that get scored in front of me is quite interesting.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure there's a stato going. There's a pattern around this particular part of the pitch.
Yeah, when they do those traces,
the 15-metre line. Yes.
Yeah. Why does it all go over there? Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, that's my highlight.
Well, my pitch side highlight was because I was very lucky to be there because I was due to give the presentation to Fremo. So I was pitch side in the dying minutes of the Saracens game. So I was in amongst it all and the excitement of, well, Pete Nuttall and I were just clinging to each other like we'd just been flung off the Titanic, to be honest. It was, oh my God, he's questioning it. What's going to happen? So, and then the joy when he said, "No, you may award the try," or whatever he said. It was
on-field
amazing, and
we're sticking with it. Yes,
yeah. So that was my pitch side highlight, I think. That and laying the wreath on the behalf of the supporters, which is a real honour and very, very moving, very lovely thing. So, right, which brings us to the last category of odds and sods.
Odds and sods. So, what a collection they are.
Indeedy. Let's get the picture up. Right, so we have got comedy moment of the season.
Well, we had a couple of contenders when we were talking about it earlier, and I don't think we can leave either of them out, really, because they were very special. So, do we want to go with the film first, or do we want to go with
Yes, let's go with the film first, I think.
Just to remind ladies and gentlemen, Lewis's little film back in whenever it was, just after Christmas, I think, or maybe just before Christmas.
0.5. Come on, give me some stats. Contact. 87.
All right. That'll teach me to see if it will play again.
Some player. What's the 79 for?
That's bollocks. 89 as well, miles off.
88 speed.
Mentality.
Sorry, mentality 91. I'm built different.
I'm flattered, yeah.
87 kicking, 86 kicking.
Who's done that then?
Something else, isn't it?
What are we thinking? No, not.
81 big cat.
81 rated stats, compare them to yours. 81. I'm not going over there.
Oh, the rest of them. I don't know.
My kicking is better than Mitch's. 89 speed? Yeah. Mitch, what are you, bro? 85, it's bollocks.
91 mentality.
You're the man, bro. Will I get in trouble if I snap it up?
Is that a joke?
71 strength is generous.
Don't worry, I'll see you in the jump.
What's your pace? 85 speed, also it's also generous.
That guy there, 86. He doesn't have a clue what is going on.
That's what Trev said.
Trev's got 63 rated kicking.
I want to see
Oh, this guy.
90 mental for Fremo. Oh my god. He's too mental at most.
His kicking's a bit low.
Oh my god.
Bless him. 81 player.
Oh, 87, come on.
I'm happy with that. Like, how much away is speed? Mentality monster though. Hell, come on.
How do you match up to Fremo? What do you reckon? What are you saying here?
Yeah, he's got the same kicking as me. But have you seen that bloke kick?
What was everyone else's speed?
I think the second quickest one on Mitch. I think Dinger's is like an 87 speed.
That's not too bad, is it?
Let's have a look. Oh, see, that's it. 73 speed. You're flying, fella. 3 kick as well.
Yeah, pretty good that.
Never has one set of statistics caused so much mayhem. The card, of course, was fixed later and a new version sent, which in itself was also amusing. But well done. Yeah. Well done to the guys at the club for recording that one. But I think comedy at the moment belongs to Elliot. Elliot Miller Mills, our favourite Scottish prop, who Go on, Liz. You got to tell it.
Well, we were chatting to him after the Bristol game and said, you seemed to enjoy yourself against Genge. He was getting nothing. Elliot came on as replacement, and he said, he was in a funny mood. Do you know, he was ever so rude though. He called me fat. He said I was fat, and we just went, no. And Elliot said, I was really hurt. And I went, that's Mr. Pot calling Mr. Kettle, if ever there was one anyway. And
yes.
Did you think that was Bants or something? Just imagine that Genge had a mare of an afternoon because he'd just been pushed every which way. And then Elliot comes on and continues to do it, and then just stands there and doesn't say anything to him.
And as Manny pointed out to both of us, we can be completely lost on Elliot, who would just stand there.
Look at him.
And look at him and say, what are you on about?
So that for us, that was a comedy moment. And then the final comedy moment at training was Ben in the bush with a ball. Not bees there. So,
yes, Ben Rhodes being sent to fetch the football that had been
highly trained strength and conditioning team member fighting his way through the undergrowth.
Years of training have led to him having to climb through the brambles to fetch the football back from the ditch.
I thought we were never going to see him again.
It was when he almost had it. Lighter, went another couple of feet down. Yes.
I'm sure we helped a lot with that.
We did. He felt really supported by us laughing from the...
yeah.
And we could take photos for him.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the other comedy moment of the season actually does also features Ben to a certain extent, was when Archie refused to go and get the ball off Dowson. So Archie McParland had been doing some kicking practice, and it bounced off the post and gone, and Dowson had picked the ball up. So Ben was with him because it's part of his rehab, and we're going, well, aren't you going to go and get that ball back then? You're asking for the ball. And Archie's saying, no, you're all right. No, you're go on, you need to go and ask him. No, I'm not. Again, I'm sure Archie felt very well supported by us. No.
Yes. Yeah, well, in our role.
So, a favourite red hat photo?
Well, I've taken lots this season, but there's one that we've all seen a great deal of, and it's this one.
Oh, yes.
Because that was what was used to advertise the dinner.
Ah, yes.
But the thing that makes it for me is the bloke in the yellow jacket.
Yes, yeah.
But the number of celebrating Henry Pollock photos I took this season was considerable, including the one where, of course, poor old Finn has actually scored the try and he's off. But I like that one. I have actually swapped several of the photos on my website. There's a little carousel, as they call it, of photos, and I've swapped a few out for some new ones from this season. So there you go. It's not spectacular, but it is a fave.
Well, I think it's things about there are photographs out there that are spectacular and have the real wow factor for people. Then there are those like that just captures the moment, and for if you were there, you go, oh yeah, that's just. And
that lasts less than a second because, of course, they jump on each other, they jump off. Yeah. So it's really, really, it's all over in moments.
Red highlights I've got here. Highlights.
Club highlights. Well,
referee highlights.
Oh, referee highlight. Well, you terrorising Luke Pearce has to be right up there.
No, terrorise him. I don't terrorise him. Terrorise Rosie. Fair enough. Known Rosie forever. Terrorised Rosie at Gloucester. I remind him I'm still watching you. You may be in the outside, but I'm still there. yes, me greeting. Try and greet them all. For me, it was drinking red wine with the refereeing team in Paris, where they bought us a bottle. So I thought, well, that's not the way bribery works, chaps, but I'll have that.
So my refereeing highlight was, if you remember, we had an Italian refereeing team. And as I trotted off the pitch after the fireworks had gone off, and because I'd done the run out, I wished one of the refereeing team well. Well, you'd have thought I'd shot him. So. Yes. So the referees are very good in the main. They, in terms of looking after me, I have to be, particularly the English ones, as you would expect. But we've had a collection of new referees that we haven't seen before at the Gardens. So we had our Georgian, and Mr. P.O.D., the Italian. One or two. Did we have Mike Adamson again? I think we had Mike Adamson again. So we've had some interesting referees this season we haven't seen before. But then we've had the usual crew like Luke and Grumpy Carly and Central Milton Keynes.
Not had much of Grumpy Carly, though. I think we've only had him
often. I did see a lot of Craig Maxwell Keys, because they kept bouncing in between the championship and the...
Adam Leal. We seem to have had a lot of Adam Leal.
Adam Leal, yes. Yeah, we had a lot of Adam Leal.
Hamish Smales on touch. We've had a lot of him on touch.
Hamish on touch, yes, a lot of Hamish. And, of course, I've seen Hamish in the champ again.
Yeah.
So,
and there's one referee we've only had once, thank goodness.
We got that one out the way, and it was done.
Yeah. So enough of that. Enough of the refs, but mainly the refs. I think they seem to be quite a delightful set, and they're always nice when. I think it's nice we as Halos greet them, because I'm always helpful. Can I help you? If there's any advice you need, just let me know. And they take it in the right spirit, I think. So they run at great speed away.
Yes. No, I think. Yes. I think there were some interesting decisions over the weekend that we could spend ages discussing, and I still think the TMO process takes too long.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah.
It's got to be sorted out. Over the weekend we had numerous games in England and in France, because once the TMO got involved, paint started to, Anyway.
Jellies were setting and stuff.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing.
Right, now the sort of review of what's been going on within the club, which has been many and various.
A lot. So I think we called it Club Moment of the season, and we've had a few. Mine was the guys from the Heineken Cup win coming back, and some of them hadn't been back since that famous day.
Yeah.
For various reasons, and it was fantastic. I was very lucky to be at the former players' lunch on the Friday, and it's a wonderful event, and Shieldsy and the team do a cracking job putting it together. It was the first one that was held in Northampton. They've been at the RAC club in London up until now, so it was a jolly boys' day out. This one was held in Northampton. It was timed over the Munster weekend, and I think, to be fair on Munster, they took it in good heart, given some of the messages that were sent by former Munster players. So it was a brilliant lunch, and it was wonderful seeing how the crowd reacted to them as they walked around the pitch at half time during the Munster game on the Saturday. It was it was a really special time, and the club did it absolutely spot on. So well done to everybody concerned.
Well, they looked as if they'd had a jolly time. Lunched well, but not wisely. Matt Allen, I'm looking at you.
Oh, I think several of them.
Several of them had, but
yeah.
But yes, and for me, well, it was early in the season, the appointment of Julia as the CEO, and then the news at the end of the season that Ella would be taking over as chairman, I think is just very exciting news and wonderful for the monstrous regiment of women marches on.
Absolutely. I think it's brilliant.
Particularly chuffed for Ella, I think.
It's brilliant. Thank you to John White, who's taken us through some particularly difficult times.
Yeah.
It's good. It's going to be really interesting to see how Ella and Julia go into battle with some pretty big decisions that the league's got to make in the coming years. So good on them is all I can say. I am going to mention it.
Sorry. Go on, mention it then. I thought we'd put that to bed, but yeah, go on.
That's it. We put it to bed. We got to a final in it. It is absolutely spot on. It's doing its job. All the things that they said they could do with it. You go and look at the graphics now. They're brilliant. All the stuff that they said they could do once you change the badge, they are making absolutely brilliant use of it on social media, on the advertising, everything. It is just doing the business. So well done to the team. It's here to stay.
Yeah. I had to go and buy a new shirt as well because of that.
And doesn't it look great with that? Because Dr. T's got the same shirt as you.
Yeah, I like it.
That cross in the middle. It's brilliant. It's so retro. It's so retro. We're talking 1905, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's washed and ironed, ready to be packed for Argentina.
Excellent. Because it will be a bit nippy around the gills. It's quite chilly of an evening.
Apparently so. So that's... So I think
the club has done us proud this year.
I think this year, and well, I was going to say, is it 98% of available season tickets have been sold now?
Some ridiculous number. The number of sellouts that we had, 15,153 is the answer. It's just incredible, absolutely incredible. Given the trials and tribulations that we've had with injuries, with challenges with England, resting players and wanting them for camps. The faithful have turned out in droves to watch a really good brand of rugby and get behind the team.
I just thinking about injuries, I want to mention our poor players who have dropped like flies at times. There's a square metre of Franklin's Gardens that George Hendy must hate because both his injuries came in a very similar place. And, they're just so unlucky. I mean, Sam Graham, Robbie, James Ram, Ferbs. I mean, just the list goes on. Ed Prowse, the latest one. It was good to see TP. It was nice to see somebody coming back from injury and managing to not be re-injured.
And playing really, really well. He looks hungry.
Played really well.
Yeah, he looks hungry. Yeah.
And I mean, Colsey as well, battling on through injury. And I hope he's, making most of his time off, that he's getting fully fit as well. So to all of you still rehab, Archie as well with his shoulder, and Will Glister with his shoulder, and Charlie, who's now nearly no longer one of us, but get well soon, Charlie. All of you, and there will be people I've missed, and Emeka, who mended this and then had to beat. All of you, get well soon. Do as you are told by the medics. That's the most important thing. And get well soon. And we hope to see a whole host of you back pre-season.
And well done to Matt Lee and his team. They've worked tirelessly to get everybody back and keep everybody safe. So well done.
Their sticky tape and string nearly got us a European Cup, but it just wasn't enough in the end. But
So well done. Yeah, well done to the team, and well done to the club. He's hoping.
I'm buzzing for next season already. Right. News of old boys and
yes,
new boys.
So over the weekend, of course, the top 14 is still in full flight. So we had Montauban, the underdogs, playing Grenoble, who came top in Pro D2, and they were playing at Grenoble. I don't know what the name of the stadium is. I'll check that out. And Montauban won. Oh my lord! The place went. Well, it didn't go nuts. Just a bit of it went nuts because Montauban had a lot of travelling support. But I noticed that we have a former Saintsman who plays for Montauban, and it's Carl Wilkins, Lewis's friend. Yes. Yeah. So we may see Carl in the top 14, which would be fantastic.
Lovely. Well done, Carl.
And then during a line-out, because I was watching...
haircut. He had a dreadful haircut when he was...
yes. Yes. Let's not talk haircuts, Ollie Slightham. Grenoble. Grenoble, on the other hand, during a line-out, I thought, I recognise you. And it was Brandon Nansen. Do you remember Brandon?
Briefly, yeah.
Yeah, played a lot for Bedford. Huge man. Really charming man. Guy. Really lovely guy. And he went to Grenoble.
Who was he cousin of? Cousin of somebody international. Yeah.
Oh, don't know. No.
Somebody will tell us.
Anyway, so Grenoble get the joy of playing Perpignan in a sort of playoff to get into the... Perpignan finished bottom of the top 14, and the Grenoble came second as a result of the playoff, and so they will play Perpignan.
A second bite of the cherry.
Yeah, another go. So we'll see. The top 14, I thoroughly enjoyed the game between Bayonne and Toulon, particularly
for the fight scene.
For the fights! I really enjoyed the fights, particularly when we had Mooney laughing at Ribeye. One of the highlights of my Saturday evening.
Yeah. Be good if we could go to Bayonne. Get Bayonne in the Champions thing.
A visit to Bayonne would be lovely. Yeah, that would be cracking, and we would be in touch, Mooney, if you're listening.
Yeah, we would. We'd be expecting you to arrange quite a bit, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not going to lie.
So that would be absolutely cracking. But it was, Bayonne came out winners. Which means that Bordeaux finished second. They stuffed Vannes, which was always going to be the case. Yeah. And so Toulon have to go into sort of mini playoff to decide who they play, who plays Bordeaux and Toulouse in the semi-finals. So they have a sort of two-stage. So Bordeaux and Toulouse get the week off while all the others beat each other up.
And we need Bordeaux to win.
We do.
Because that moves us. We take
moves us in terms of the pecking order in the draw for the Champions Cup. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have to support Bordeaux. They're not mercenaries, so we can support them.
But Henry's resident in most of their heads.
Yeah. For something he never said, and isn't a sort of Henry type thing to say anyway.
And he's still going on about it.
He needs to show us some respect. I tell you what, starts both ways though, really, doesn't it, mate?
Poirot was still going on about it when he was interviewed this week. It's like, bless your heart, love, get over it.
He's only 20. He's going to be around for a long, long time. You really are going to have to move on with this one.
I don't think the community team helped by putting out their little video of all the kids doing the basketball shots.
Can you imagine being employed as the team psychologist for Bordeaux at the beginning of next season and going in and going, why? What? I don't even know where to start. There's some collective trauma. What is your collective trauma? There is no collective trauma. We've just decided that this man is the Antichrist. What? Oh, I'm picking that.
Oh, hilarious. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be a fun summer. In England, on the other hand, we have the final that all Saints supporters. Well, it's one of those. It's Bath versus Leicester Tigers, and frankly, whatever.
If both could lose, I'd be quite happy. But it is the right final.
Draw, and it went to penalties.
It is the right final. Because they came first and second, didn't they? So it is the right final. I think it's but
yes. Hey ho.
So,
but we'll
I thought
see.
Sale were going to pull off a surprise win, and they came perilously close.
They did come perilously close. They did come perilously close. It was it was a bit of a slugfest at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. NWWR, as they abbreviate it.
Whatever. Poo corner, as we abbreviate it.
Yes, I'm sticking firmly in my land of. I'm happily ensconced in the world of top 14 and Pro D2, not involving Bordeaux. I'm staying over the pond. The MLR in the States has come to its playoffs, and I don't think there are any Saintsmen. The San Diego boys didn't make it, I don't think. So I haven't taken much mind of what's been going on in the States. But
however, I was going to say, closer to home for next season, we have news of a saintly old boy, don't we? Not that much closer to home than the States, but not that much closer to home Cornish-wise.
Oh, yes. So, yes, Sam Matavesi of this parish once upon a time went to Lyon. In the way of these things, Lyon are a strange team. Found himself no longer required, and so he's off to Camborne RFC as a player coach. And one of the journalists in the area was in contact with me to get hold of some photographs of Sam for the local newspaper. So
presumably he can go back to being a shopkeeper for the Royal Navy as well while he's there.
I believe so. I believe he can be a shopkeeper for the Royal Navy, and he can sell his rum, and he can do all the things. And I think he's actually playing. I think Joel also plays for Camborne, so two of the brothers will be playing with each other.
I thought Joel was going to.
No, it's Josh. It's Josh who's going.
Of course, yeah.
Josh who's thinking, hello, why are you going that way? Because I'm going that way. Yes, Josh is going to France.
Join you in France. Now you've,
Yes. So, well done, Sam. Congratulations. Closer to home still, we have a new scrum coach.
We do, don't we? We do, who we mentioned briefly, I think, at the top, about what's he going to make of these two ladies wandering around being greeted by everybody as if they should be there at training.
So Jacko Pinar is the name of the gentleman, and I'm sure we'll be meeting him very soon. Douse knows him very well. I think I've met him actually because he was with Boydie when he was. We have an occasion to invite coaches to meet our team, and he was with Boydie once at training because I recognised him from his photos. So I think I've actually already met him. He won't remember the red hat, I'm sure, but it'll be interesting to see how he goes. So welcome aboard, Jacko. Now, Loughborough have had loads of re-signings, which has been fantastic to see.
Yes.
The squad is coming together very nicely, as have Bedford. So Sherpa 2 has been busily putting out a whole raft of stuff.
I keep seeing stuff, we said,
there's a few that we've said goodbye to, but there's been lots of re-signings, which has been great to see. Mikey Ray putting his squad together for next season. We can at last talk about the Garsides going to Worcester, the world's worst FC.
Jakey sent a lovely little message to the supporters. Yeah, we are going to miss you, Jakey, but
Yeah. Yeah.
When Worcester play Bedford, we'll be there. Hopefully, if it falls well.
Yeah, we all, the Bedford, either direction, either Six Ways or at Goldington Road.
Yeah.
It would be great to see the Worcester boys, and because they're putting together quite an interesting. Billy 12 Trees, aged 170, is coming out of retirement to play for them. Okay. What else? So it's an interesting collection of young and old. But we'll see. Anyway, but as I say, the Nathan Smith is putting together his team for the Lightning, and it's looking really, really good. Congratulations! We've got 24 players from Lightning involved at various levels of international rugby.
That's
which
amazing.
we mentioned briefly last week, but it is extraordinary, and so it's great to see that the continuity, that they're developing the talent in the way that we'd hoped, and it's good to see that the Bedford guys likewise. There's a lot of players who are signing up for because some youngsters who are putting in a fantastic shift and have earned another season in the Champ. So what is now called the Champ.
Sorry, it's called the what?
The Champ, which I thought was a sort of potato dish.
It is a potato dish, isn't it? With spring onions or something in it. I don't know. Dear.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, is this supposed to appeal to the youth? Is it by calling it the Champ?
Apparently so. Yes, it's got fewer letters, so they can cope with it. So yes. So you young people appreciate it. Yes. But either way, the Goldington Road Slope.
Wasn't there an awful film?
There was a terrible boxing film called The Champ. Yeah.
Mawkishly, maudlinly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, anyway, looking forward to it, and of course we will. Bedford and Saints play very early on during pre-season the Mobs Memorial game. So we're looking forward to that. So yes, so I'm already starting to pencil things in. This week, on Wednesday, I'm going to training with the wheelchair rugby team.
Oh yeah.
Dr. T looked very confused when I said I'm going to training. Like,
Yes.
And then on Sunday, it's the WR5s, GBWR WR5s summer season at Stoke Mandeville. So I've got a day of wheelchair rugby with the
Nice.
with the lads.
I would be
can't
there.
wait. Can't wait.
I'm drinking sherry in Seville. I find.
I know. But I can't wait. I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. Yes, can't wait. And then, yes, we are still planning, literally, as we came online, we have more news from the Royal and Derngate about our live pod. It's all coming together, and there's an extra twist now that's really exciting. Yes, the team.
Very real.
Oh, yes, the team at the theatre have done an absolutely cracking job. So we will be announcing that very soon, all the details, and we'd love to see you all there. It is all in aid of the Northampton Saints Foundation. So the theatre are waiving fees. They're absolutely helping us. It's been brilliant. And I think we ought to mention it's the foundation, Liz.
That bit, isn't it? Might be an idea. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yes.
Of course they'll know because they all listen to the pod.
They all listen to the pod and they'll all be there.
Yeah. I'll just make a note of that.
Make a note of that. Thank you. So, yes. So, we're going to take a break. We don't know when we'll be on next. We will take a little summer break. But we will be back. And we might have a mini pod.
We might have a mini pod.
We might have a mini pod to talk about, obviously, this special event that we're going to run in August. We're going to plan pre-season. There's lots of people that we want to talk to and meet and do stuff with. So we will be putting out a schedule soon, but we're going to have a little break because we're a bit knackered. And
I'm not here mainly.
And you've sodded off, outrageously. But thank you to everybody that's listened, that's commented, that comes to say hello. Thank you to the mums and dads, the players that put up with us mentioning them, except for you, Matt Litchfield, because you deserve it. Yep. Thank you to everybody. All the lovely comments that we get, we absolutely appreciate. It's we have a great time doing this. Shall I check what we're doing for the horses? 16 seconds over 1 hour 10 minutes.
Yes, yes, we are. We're getting
cooking on gas.
Yeah. Yes, thanks to everybody. I mean, we hit an all-time record, I think, the pod after the final, which was so exciting. I couldn't believe the views we'd had. So stick with us because we're nice, really, and quite often we're the ones saying what you think, and we're not awfully earnest and up ourselves. Well, I don't think we are, but I would say that, wouldn't I? So but have a lovely summer.
Don't know enough about the sport to be up ourselves, to be honest. But there you go.
Well, we do. Yeah, we're not that bothered. So have a lovely summer, everybody, and we will see you when we do our mini pod when we're announcing the live pod and whenever I'm back in the country.
Yes. So have a good one.
Have a good one. Thank you all very much. Bye.
Bye.